friends! Welcome to our series on self-leadership tools. I am looking forward to sharing today's tool with you. It's going to be a really good one that I hope will serve you well. So if you don't know me, first of all, my name is Amanda Gregg and I have a company called Soaring Eagle Healing. I am passionate about helping people get comfortable in their bodies while they're also learning tools and healing techniques for themselves so they can move past anxiety, move past procrastination, which can stop many of us in our tracks, and also show up and be the best version of themselves as they live their life in whatever they want to do. So welcome to our series. So today I'm going to be talking about a tool that I like to call the pendulum. So the pendulum tool is something that I began to learn about from a friend and just have really started to use it and begin to make it my own. So I want to share with you my perspective on this. And as I talk about these tools, what I say a lot is these tools are something that you do not have to do perfect. Perfection is not something that we are striving for. We are striving for consistency and practice with the various tools that we have for self-discovery. Because when you put your own oxygen mask on yourself, you are better able to serve those around you and serve the world and humanity. So that is why I love to share these tools. So the pendulum tool is one that I visualize. So if you visualize a pendulum that swings from side to side, this is how I view this. Now, when you think about what's on either side of the pendulum, it could be so many different things. It is your perspective. So what I say is one side could be good or bad, negative, positive, excitement to depression, to love, to fear. It can look a lot of different ways on what this pendulum looks like. Now that is all your perspective and how you view life. So I know that sometimes when we feel like we label things negative and positive, that is not good. So knowing that this particular piece is very interesting as you begin to work with your own emotions and your feelings around this, you will start to see what your particular pendulum may look like and how it might change as you look at different emotions or feelings that are going on. So when you look at the pendulum, what can happen is that we swing from side to side, meaning we swing from extreme fear or paralysis or really scared to move forward to moving to the other side of love, extreme joy, extreme excitement. And we can find ourselves swinging back and forth and having those extreme emotions happen to us on a consistent basis. Now, as I learned about this tool, and started to think about it for myself, really looking at how can you make this pendulum stop swinging in such extreme motions? How do we get to the point where we can come to the center of this pendulum and really find the balance between these two? Now, I do know that we do have joy and love and peace and fear and excitement and scared and all of those different things happening. And we can definitely feel into those particular emotions. But where we're feeling into them rather from each side of the pendulum, when we're on each extreme, we're feeling into them more in the center of the two, and how these two sides of the pendulum really bring into that space of being able to measure and be able to look at this from a place of balance. So we're really looking at that in this way. Now, another piece that might help you as you begin to think about this is, what does your pendulum look like? What are the extreme emotions that perhaps you've gone through already today as you're watching this video? And being able to label them and look at them. One of the things that I know, and one of the books that I've read, and it resonates with me, and maybe it resonates with you and maybe it doesn't, is an existential kink. Carolyn talks a lot about how we are attracted to the emotions and then how they cause us pleasure. No, now pleasure with the excitement and the joy and those type of things, but also pleasure in the fear and the sadness and the depression. So they both bring us a different kind of fear or a different kind of pleasure. And when we can really look at that and notice that for what that means for ourselves, because we are all very different as we experience that, we can see some of those things that we are attracted to and perhaps addicted to, and our body's addicted to in these particular emotions. Now, with that, this pendulum then comes into a really good practice when you can look at how those two balance and how those two really begin to come together in the center of the pendulum, where you're not swinging from one extreme to the other, which can be very tiring and can also begin to make other hormones within our body really begin to come into play and actually start to mess with these emotions and kind of turn around a little bit for us. So just beginning to notice that and seeing what that means for you. With all of these tools, I do have worksheets that go along with them that you can use. So as you begin to make these self-discoveries in this area, you can again use this tool from what I'm talking about it, but also using it for yourself as you move forward and what it means for you. What are your perceptions? How does it connect to your own consciousness? So as always, thank you for being here for our self-leadership tools. We have so many in this series, and I love sharing these tools because I believe the authors that have shared these and the knowledge that is already out there all around us is meant to be shared and expressed, practiced, and consistently used by those that are willing to continue on this self-discovery trip. So, with that, I look forward to seeing you on the next video for our self-leadership tools. Until then, bye-bye for now.